Hello, all you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. Today we have a dual unboxing of Boxuchan. So, what is Boxuchan? It is another mystery box. This one sends you primarily DVD, or not DVDs, but anime on DVD or Blu-ray. Um, how it works is you go on their website, which is very self-explanatory, pretty much boxuchan.com, or you can just search on Google for Boxuchan. It will be one of the first links. um, but yeah, so you you can order a one-time box or subscribe for a monthly box. So it gives you the option to either try it out, and if you cats are curious creatures. Um, so you can try out a box if you want, or you don't have to commit to a subscription, which is nice. Also, the stuff they send out is not themed during the month. They are personalized boxes to the survey you fill out, and then the company caters to whatever that survey says. You have the option to pick the certain genres you like, whether you like a short 12 episode animes or um, average long at 25 episodes, or maybe you like 50 episode animes. Um, so, what I got here is two deluxe boxes. Um, what a deluxe box guarantees that you get is at least two series in the box. Plus, normally it's like you also get a figurine, which, since I don't collect figurines, I do not have that as a specification on my survey. But yeah, so he'll probably, well, they normally do um, switch out items to make it worth your while, as far as like, oh boy, you guys are rowdy today, aren't you? Um, anyways, so where was I? Okay, yeah. So you can have items switched out if you're not particularly into a specific item, like figurines or something like that. Like me, I think I primarily have, I like anime or movies, which would be anime movies, and I think I had soundtrack and plushies as extra items ticked on the survey. Anyways, I'm gonna savor this for a little bit more and show you guys what I have been sent in the past that I still have in my collection to this day, or at least some of the standouts. So, one, I just was surprised to get this anime series because I actually really do like this series, but I have all the original dot hack sign. That's a little bit hard to see with the glare. Let me see if I can get it to where it's not glaring. But yeah, dot hack sign. I got sent all the volumes of the Bandai Namco DVD run. and they all still have their pamphlets and stuff. So that's an awesome item that I got in a previous box when I was subscribed monthly to them. Also, a complete series they sent me, which this is really cool, and I probably have not upgraded to Blu-ray for this for the very reason of just the boxes these come in. But I have Full Metal Panic. It's a mech anime, which typically I'm not into that much, but I have seen this before, and so I was excited to get this. This is season 1. I believe numbers-wise, this is technically season 2, but it's more of a spin-off. Full Metal Panic Famofu, which is a very kind of spin-off, but it comes in this neat little box set for the DVDs. And I also got sent Full Metal Panic the Second Raid, which also comes in a neat little box set. Even the original is like in a more of a slim kind of box set, which is neat. So, this would be considered a complete series, though at the time, I believe, somewhere around there, they brought back the series recently, and it might have been around this time. So, but this was the original run complete series. I did, however, go out and buy the Full Metal Panic Invisible Victory just to complete it, but yeah, so pretty much they keep their... I have had a wonderful experience with a lot of the boxes. I never felt cheated from any of the boxes. I never particularly looked up the value, though, either. So we will do this during this run, or try my best attempt, just to give you viewers a more accurate, if you want to subscribe to, or if you want to buy a box. I use it mainly to, when I'm feeling the itch, I always have trouble figuring out what anime I want to watch, or I just end up scrolling through Crunchyroll or Netflix or whatever, and nothing, there's just so many options that I just end up not watching anything. So, at least with this, your options are very limited in what you can watch. So, you might be more prone to watch something if you have it physically. I don't know. But that's enough talking. Let's start tearing open one of these. We'll start with the more rough looking one, but there is 2 boxes you can pick from, or 2 box themes. It doesn't change the inside content, it's just for personal aesthetic, whatever you like better. I typically go for, they named this girl Claire as the mascot. I can't remember what the other mascot's name is. I'm sure someone will comment it down below, but yeah, I can't think. Anyway, she's kind of your typical anime cutesy looking girl. Little saying on here, have some fun and open me already, will ya? But yeah, then you got your little bit of advertisement around the box. I'm pretty sure whatever this says, it's still Boxuchan, but in a different language. So yeah. So I can tell you for sure that I have not opened this because where this opens at, it is glued shut, so you actually have to force it open in order to actually open it. So that's going to be my proof that I have not opened these yet. just gonna... So, again, this box is a little bit bent and stuff. It's always wrapped in this, like, color, paper, or gift wrap kind of paper. Oh. And apparently that paper bled onto the pamphlet or brochure. We will look at this last. This basically tells you what's in the box and gives you a little bit of insight about each item. Not particularly why he picked it for you, but it does go over the general thought of each item in the box. I wonder if it was just so hot outside that the paper just started to, I don't know, because you can see the wrapping got on kind of the back of the box here. I know, I'm stalling. It's only because I want to make this last. Alright, so typically there is some bubble wrap. I'm going to try to not look in here. I know if I throw it on the ground, cats will go after it. Alright, what do we got? Well, there is a plushie in here. Now, should we do the plushie first or last? I might do it last just because I typically don't get a lot of, like, plushies. I feel two different styles of things, so let's pull out this one. We do have a Blu-ray. I actually have not heard of this. It's called The Prince of Smiles. It is a complete collection. It is 12 episodes on 2 discs. You can... I'll try to get it to... It is brand new, so there is that too. Sometimes you get pre-owned stuff, but then other times like this, you get brand new. It's kind of hard to get a good look. If you want to read this, go ahead and pause it. 2 orphans on opposite sides of a horrifying war. So, just the splash description alone, that is an interesting concept. So yeah, this one actually looks interesting. I'm always kind of like, I don't want to say iffy about this kind of thing, but I know it takes a certain something. Just, I don't know, the sound of that and the aesthetics of just the cover art, sometimes that's really all I need to start watching the anime. But yeah, I never actually heard of this, so that is one complete series. And what do we got now? Alright, this is another Blu-ray, and this, I'm gonna assume, is another complete series. This is actually 2 seasons long, both 13 episodes. This is called Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere. So, let me see here. I do want to see something. Okay. So, one thing to note, this was just my bad, because when I did my recent survey, because I updated my survey, I did not put that I typically go for English dub stuff. And yeah, so this is actually in Japanese with English subtitles, but that is not too big a deal on me. This was my bad. I did not put that specifically in my survey. There's a lot of freedom with the survey to detail what kind of box you want. And I just did not mention that. So that is purely my bad, but it's still interesting. And this is so yeah, like I said, Horizon in the middle of nowhere. So obviously you can tell very much from the cover art that I don't know how heavily fan service this is going to be, but you can definitely tell it's very what's the term? It definitely depicts anime women in a certain way. I'll say that. So let's see, what is this about? They haven't forgotten the past, they're just repeating it anyway. Then the tagline for season 2 is know thyself, know thy enemy, opportunities multiply as they are seized. So this might be kind of a war kind of anime, I guess, made in a silly way. That's the vibes I'm kind of getting. These are both also in English dub. I showed you, so here we go with season 1. I'm going to give you the best non glaring view I can. Don't know if you can actually read that well enough when paused, but I am going to give you guys the opportunity. And then this is season 2. Trying to get the perfect angle for you guys. I really need to update my unboxing kind of setup. Like maybe record like a direct intro for you guys this way, then set up my camera for more of a above shot view. That might be worthy to do. There is something else in here. Oh, interesting. I'm going to butcher this, but this is an interesting. I thought this was going to be a DVD actually when I was feeling in there. So this is an original soundtrack for Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. That is kind of directly what it says. I actually don't know anything about this anime, but I do love soundtracks. I have a big CD collection, of course. And boy oh boy is this a big soundtrack. Don't know particularly how long, but here's all the info. Like it's got the name of the direct soundtrack for there's 2 discs, and each disc has about 29 tracks. Then on the side you see the composers and stuff for what tracks they were a part of. I'll try to get a more, since this is a little bit easier to get a view on. Let's actually open. Okay, so very much like a DVD holder. This is done by Marvelous, so this might be a video game soundtrack actually. Of course, the fan service. do have a plushie in here. I can't. So, okay. So this is who I thought it was. I saw the My Hero Academia tag after I was looking at the plushie, but I can't remember his name. But shoot, Deku's main rival. I think, is that who this is, or am I just completely? Of course, that's not going to tell me anything. I think this is, but it seems like such a different outfit. Maybe this ain't Deku's rival. It doesn't tell me because it looks like this plushie comes directly from Japan. But as you can see, it's got the My Hero Academia tag. Same with the little thing right here. Don't know if you can read it, but it is My Hero Academia, so this is legit. That will go great with my other plushies. Not too interesting of a back of the head, but yeah, neato. So then we of course have our pamphlet, which okay, I was right. Bakugo. Okay, so Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere. I'm gonna read you what this says. An absolutely excellent showcase of good world building. Horizon in the Middle of Nowhere follows a class that will soon embark on an adventure to get certain artifacts. These will change the course of the world, and they will have to negotiate and fight many other countries in order to get peace. So, interesting. I did put that I'm very much into like good story driven anime, so that's where the whole he thought it was good for me due to there being world building in anime. The Princess Smiles. In this sci-fi mech anime, or mecha, however that's pronounced, the Price of Smiles. I said the Prince of Smiles. Oh, when am I gonna learn to read? The Price of Smiles follows a princess and a young soldier as they lead into a war at a young age. What challenges awaits them at such as their nation prepares. Then enjoy this cool plush of Bakugo from My Hero Academia and the soundtrack for the Senran Kagura Burst game. Okay, so it is a video game. Interesting. So yes, despite not actually knowing anything from that box, well, other than the plushie and such, I was not really disappointed with what was in this box, because, again, this is going to be a little bit of a beefy video, but we got a plush, we got a unique soundtrack, we got a full season, which is a 26 episodes. Well, not a full season, but a complete series. Seasons 1 and 2 in this. And then we got a complete smaller anime called The Price of Smiles. So yeah, not a bad box for this one. But, do you want to know more? We do have another box. Same style. I could have got a different variation, but I didn't think that far ahead. I ordered these So I ordered these a couple weeks ago. Um, I did it when their site was on sale. I posted a thing in the community uh, tab of YouTube. So some of you might have seen that post talking about that sale, and maybe some of you actually went out and checked out the site and got a box yourself. I don't know. But, anyways, these are typically these deluxe boxes. They're normally $90 a box. I paid about $60 a box. So, when we do the pricing of these, we're gonna do it within the $90 price tag of what a normal person would pay for a box without it being on sale. But anyways, let's start to crack open this one. Right, and like before, more purple. So we got another brochure. This one not with the stained purple. Alright. So, much like... Oh, I feel another plushie. Alright, so, let's see. I will save the plushie for last because it feels like a much bigger plushie. But we... Alright, well, this feels like a CD case, so this is probably a soundtrack. But let's... It is a soundtrack. Tetsujin 28. Music from the hit TV anime. This is actually Music Collection 2. So there's a little spot. Computer screen. You're awful. Then it has 16 tracks. I honestly don't know anything about this anime. But wouldn't it be super funny if this anime was in here? I don't expect that, but you never know. It could be a possibility. So with that, let's start actually pulling out the anime. I'll save the plushie for last. So we have Princess Principal, which is a complete series. It's a small 12-episode anime. So let's see. Tagline: Spies. Petticoats? I don't know how that word's pronounced. Anti-gravity. Wow. And a generous portion of royal mayhem. So yeah, I actually don't know anything about this anime. So I will try to give you the best view I can. This is also new too. So is the soundtrack. All of it's wrapped newly. And then, well, once I give you a view of there, then let's try to get you a nice view of the back without the glare. It's probably the best angle I'm going to be able to do for you guys. Alright, what do we have next? This is a box set. So, what do we... It, it is... Samurai Champloo? Some... That's what I'm reading it as. It's a complete series. 26 episodes on 3 discs. So, it even comes in this little box. So that is my second series. As seen on Adult Swim, so this was an Adult Swim type anime. Directed by the same person that worked on Cowboy Bebop and the Animatrix. Designed by the person from Kill Bill Volume 1. And Mahiro Mada. Last Exile, Blue Submarine Number 6, laced with crispy beats from Tushi. I can't read any of this. I shouldn't even try. This is not new, but I'm sure the disc look are in pristine. Yeah, they are. I haven't got like any terrible disc from this service, so normally he sends you good stuff. But yeah, I never actually heard of this one either. And then it's going to be a little bit easier to read the back of this since you're not having that plastic glare. And then we have one more thing. This is awesome. This is definitely probably one of my highlights of the boxes. So, and that's only because it's a plushie of a main character of one of my trifecta animes. We have little Inuyasha. You have a little sword that has seen, well, sword. I can't remember what it's called, but that holds the sword. It's definitely seen better days. It probably shouldn't be bending like that, but look at this. Like, it's a plushie, but it has an outfit too around it. It's not just all printed on like a standard plush, and then you got the little details of the hair coming around. This is by a company called Banpresto, but it does have the little Inuyasha Japanese logo on the tag. This is cool, and you have oh shoot, what is his name? The Flea. The Flea. My mind's growing a blank. But then you have like these little details, like I believe his original necklace was purple beads, but it even has that detail with the necklace and stuff. I know I'm going all gaga over a plushie, but this is just cool. This is that's awesome. Thank you, Boxuchan. um, yeah. So in the next portion, so unfortunately, something like this, anime does not have its own like its own price charting or something like that. Something easy to look up on. So after we look at the pamphlet, we will jump on eBay and look at the sold listings. But here we got Samurai Champloo. Stylish and gorgeous to watch, Samurai Champloo is a kick-ass samurai story like no other. From the director of Cowboy Bebop, the series follows a trio who are traveling together. However, each hold their own secrets. However, each hold their own secrets that might get in the way of their adventure. A must-watch series by anyone. Princess Principal. In this sci-fi mech anime, the oh, that was a misprinting on his part, but uh, but it's a sci-fi anime that. Okay, so it was a misprinting. So I will show you guys that here in a moment. Then we got Inuyasha plush plus Tensujin 28 soundtrack. Enjoy this cool plush of Inuyasha. It's even the original Banpresto plush from the 2000s, and this soundtrack for the famous old sci-fi series Tensujin 28. Alright, so then there on the middle, it's kind of funny. It must have been a misprint from when he was doing my other box, and he must have accidentally slipped that in on this pamphlet instead of the actual one he put in there. But hey, mistakes do happen. Hello, all. Well, now we are in the eBay portion, so it's probably gonna be a little bit harder to find the right plush. See if I can find directly what I'm looking for. Well, first and foremost, we are going to look for sold items. See if I can even find the plushie. That's probably going to be the hard part, is finding the direct plushie, because I noticed he was wearing a suit on the plushie I have. Let's try a different search word. Alright, well, fortunately, I am not getting a very good reading on this. So, I would say $6 to $12 is would be the price range of maybe this type of plush. Not really sure. But yes. let's check out this one. This is the soundtrack. Well, I see that it's right there in with that. Kind of like how this was in here. Like there are different soundtracks for, I guess, specific games? Maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, it must have came with the game, so it's going to be hard to price point this specifically. Da, 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 da. Anyways, so this is already failing to look at the price points, but yeah, so let's should have a little bit more success with the anime at the very least. Actually, I should type in Blu-ray. So yeah, it sold for. Now this is weird. Like the complete series here sold for 35, but then just go back a few days earlier, the season 2 sold for like 40. So, and this sold the first season by itself sold for 25. So I guess it really. And then you got an out of print complete series. Yeah, they're kind of all over the map, so it's hard to get a definitive thing. Like with 10 bids, this was a month ago, it bid it up to $45. So yeah, I would say so far we haven't looked at the last thing that came with the series, but like 40. I'm gonna put the soundtrack at like $15 just to round it up or down a little bit. So 55. $12 for the plushie, maybe. 67. So, and then we have The Price of Smiles. And well, in this case, maybe I should type in anime since okay, so where do we tick off? So the problem here is none of them actually sold on eBay. Now, people are trying to sell it for around $30 ish, give or take. Some are more pricey, like that. But $20, $30. So we're looking at like um, maybe $75 box on the low end, uh, maybe high 80s, low 90s on the high end. So yeah, you pretty much get around what you pay for, at least with that box. Now let's move on to box number 2. Where's the... I'm gonna turn on sold items only. So let's try the soundtrack. Boxuchan 28 Music Collection 2. Okay, I should just type in soundtrack, maybe. Okay, so this soundtrack is not on eBay, at least for sold items. But it is paired here. Okay, so we got some here. Someone's selling it for roughly $15 to $20 of a price point. So that is roughly what we're looking at, though someone's trying to sell it here for our bid starting at $5.99, I should say. I will say this is actually brand new. My copy looks... Is that a... See, is that a... Yeah, that's a crack, so it might be brand new, but I can say mine's in better shape than that one. But yeah, so $15-$20 for the soundtrack. Then we got Samurai Champloo Blu-ray. So let's attempt to look at sold on here. Okay, so yeah, one sold for $25. Didn't realize there was this variant too. So it seems like this is a completely different variant, which goes about $25. So I saw two of them at 25, so that's probably what I'll say that this particular version goes for. So that puts us at roughly 45 on the high end, I guess. Then we have Princess Principal. So we have one sold for 20, 20, 19, and 19. I guess that was a special edition. So yeah, roughly, we just sold 3 of them at like 20, so puts us up about 65 on the high end. So then we have, of course, this awesome Inuyasha plush. Let's see, maybe I can put that in to see Uh, oh. So this is a keychain, so that is not what I'm looking for because this is much bigger than a keychain. Uh, don't think that is the same one either. You can definitely see the fading of the color, but this is pretty cool. That's a little different. Uh, Alright, so unfortunately, like I know this ain't it. Let's try looking non-sold items. Let's try year 2000. That I don't think is it either, is it? Or is it? No. Well, so it's possible. Part of it is I can't tell because like this right here, the printing could have came off this plushie over time, but I think this might be it. I think like this part of the hair, like eventually it came off of it, maybe. I mean, I think he looks a little bit better without that, to be perfectly honest. But then again, this fabric, that's not the same, so this that can be it. Uh, no. I think this is it, actually. So, yeah. Anyways, let's pop this back out. I don't need this open anymore. Alright. So, anyways, obviously, we could not get it accurate on the value of the second box due to it just being hard to like find accurate prices for specific plushies and such. There's just so many different kinds produced. But anyways, that's what I got in these two boxes. I wanted to show off this company, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to get yourself a box and see what you get, maybe you can check out their website at boxuchan.com. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great night.